It's Romie here. Please like, comment, subscribe if you're a first time viewer. If you're not, please like and comment on this video. And if you don't happen to be a subscriber of mine, please subscribe. Okay, so this is my quick recap for Big Brother 18, episode 41. This is an episode where it's the final three. Now, that's comprised of Paul, James, and Nicole. Now, here's who I want to win in this order. Paul, Nicole. If no one else could possibly win, no one else to choose from, the inflatable duck. So, anyway, Paul's doing his due diligence, what he's been doing this past season. Paul is making sure that he goes around, he talks to everyone, so that he can go and see, alright, I'm going to make a final deal with James, I'm going to make a final deal with Nicole. Now, do either of them really trust Paul? James does. Nicole doesn't. Nicole's a smart one to make sure that she doesn't trust Paul all the way, because she could possibly go and spill certain secrets that she shouldn't spill to him. James, again, his head isn't really in the game. James right now is even giving off the impression that he's not going to try and win the final HOH. And this is why I don't want James to win. I'm tired of him. But, you know, he gets it together. He eventually realizes that, okay, yeah, I do have to win everything that I possibly can. Now, how it works is, the first HOH, if you win that, you automatically qualify to play in the last one. So it's, the first two are just qualifiers. And that determines, okay, who wins the last one. They're guaranteed in the final two. And then they choose to decide who gets to join them in the final two. Now, so, and I already know who won part 1 and part 2. But anyway, and no, it wasn't the same. I guess I'm giving away too much. Anyway, so James, Nicole, and Paul, what they're thinking is, alright, time for us to go and do the typical Big Brother stuff when it's the final three. We had the final sit down, well, you know, the final televised sit down dinner, and this is where we go over the season. We get to see things that we've never seen before. We get to see things that we hope we've never seen before. This season was a season of the crybabies. People were really emotional this season, talked a lot about loyalty, and for the most part, we're kind of loyal. And a lot of times they were very honest and open. Again, for this game, was that the smartest move? Kind of. Again, it's weird. And couples ruled. Couples made it far. Logic. I'm thinking, where's the logic? You know next season it's not going to... Actually, it may be, because next season's actually starting on the 28th online. Big Brother 19. If you're interested, sign up for their all access, whatever. I'm just going to catch it on social media and see what goes on. I'm not going to pay for that. There's other more important fall TV stuff to be worrying about. Anyway, now we get to, like I said, it was the season of the crybabies. Everyone had a breakdown in the DR. Apparently, Paulie had a couple. We know Devon had a couple. We know Big Meech had a couple. Bridget talked to a plant. She was actually friends with the basil plant. I'm thinking, yeah, that actually makes sense. Once Frank was gone, the plant became her best friend. Paul, I guess they really didn't like Big Meech, because when she was gone, they're like, does anyone miss Big Meech? No. I was like, oh, okay. Well, she was the crybaby, you know, wah. But she did blow up a lot of people's game. Blow up just meaning exposed. That's all it means. And for us, that was entertaining. For them, they were probably like, this girl! Oh, what else happened that was of note? Let's see. James and Natalie's relationship. And, you know, initially James was trying to speak Spanish because that was his way into Natalie's heart. It's like, oh, James, he's so cute. Whatever. There was this, again, it really was a filler. It really was partially a filler. That's why it's not coming to mind. Someone deleted it, so I don't even have it as a reference. That's okay, because we're just going to jump straight into the final HOH competition. Oh yeah. Before I forget. Part 1 of the final HOH competition. What happened was, again, Paul was working on the back end to try and make sure that he was good with everyone. That's what he's been doing this whole season. That's why he hasn't been going at people. As soon as jury hit, he made sure not to go at people for in his goodbye messages, because he knows better. He knows that he needs the votes. He needs the votes. And if it's against, which it is, Nicole versus Paul, I don't know who would win, because it's like, Paul played an amazing game and he really didn't piss people off, but in some cases he really didn't make that much of an impression for certain people. And then for Nicole rubbed a lot of people the wrong way for multiple reasons, but she still played a bomb game. She really did. So anyway, the first HOH competition, it's comprised of everyone's dressed up like cats. They're dressed up like human life cats, and the goal is simple. There's of course, milk bowls. There's I guess technically like a scratching post that they have to hang on to, and kitty litter area. They have to follow this red dot. They have to follow the red dot all over, all over, all over, all over, all over, and where it stops, that's where they have to hang on to, or they have to stay. So it's an endurance competition. You know, it's a lot of movement, a lot of quick movement, and then you have to stay in a certain uncomfortable position for a certain period of time. Now the thing is, for the most part, James isn't really in shape, and Paul and Nicole are pretty much equal as far as shape is concerned. So my main thing is, everyone this season who made it to the end is short. They're short, and so it's like, this actually could be a pretty consistent, well-matched pairing or trio. James is the weakest link, but so that was pretty much it. Again, I do know who won part 1. I won't let it be known yet, since this upcoming Wednesday will be the season finale for Big Brother 18. Again, Big Brother 19 will start online on the following week. The Big Brother recap review, it'll be up, we'll see, it might be up late Thursday or Wednesday morning, because a lot of stuff comes back on Wednesday. So, you know, Empire, Lord, Empire, what is that called? American Horror Story, Queen Sugar. There's just so much, and those like hour-long shows, 40-something minute shows, and then record the video, and so I'll figure it out. I'll be up within a day, just like how it usually is. It just the times may be a little different. Please like, comment, subscribe.